I rearranged my furniture at 3 a.m. because the walls were closing in again. This is a thing I do when thoughts get loud. Move the physical to quiet down the crowd. Inside my skull where all the voices live. They argue over things I cannot give attention to because they're not real things. But somehow they attach like wedding rings. The static isn't scary anymore. It used to send me crawling to the floor, but now I let it wash across my brain. The way that people let themselves feel rain without an umbrella, without a plan. Just standing in and being what I am. A person with a noisy and elaborate range. Just furniture mine. Maybe I'm not broken. Maybe I'm just loud. Maybe all the static is just thinking out loud. Static mind, find me in the frequency. Static mind, this is who I'm now. 이거 계속 이 빛을 기억해줘. 우리가 함께 했던 이 순간을 glow, glow, glow. 빛나고 있어. Glow, glow, glow. 아직 여기 있어. 해가 진 후에도 하늘이 빛나는 이유가 뭔지 알아. 태양은 사라졌지만 그 빛의 흔적이 남았어. 하늘을 물들이는 거야. 그게 Afterglow야. 공연이 끝나도 우리의 빛은 남아있어. 팬들의 눈빛이 기억나. 그 눈빛들이 모여서 무대를 비춰줬잖아. 우리가 빛났던 건 사실 그 눈빛들 덕분이야. Afterglow는 너희가 막 길어진 거야. 고마워 정말로. Afterglow 남아있어. 이 빛이 아직 사라지지 않았어. 조금만 더. Afterglow 빛이 남아. 공연이 끝나도 이 순간의 온기가 아직 여기 있어. Afterglow 기억해줘. 이 빛을 기억해줘. 우리가 함께 했던 이 순간을 빛나고 있어. Glow, glow, glow. 아직 여기 있어. 이 플레이리스트 처음부터 들어온 너한테 고마워. 함께 해줘서 이 음악을 사랑해줘서. 너 바로 시작해서 Afterglow로 끝나는 이 여정이 아름다웠어. 네가 있어서 가능했어. 언제 어디서 이 노래를 듣던 그 순간 우리는 함께야. 시간도 거리도 이 빛을 막을 수 없어. Afterglow never fades. 진짜 빛은 사라지지 않아. 기억 속에서 영원히 빛나고 있을 거야. 이 별이 아니야. 잠깐 꺼지는 것뿐이야. 다음 공연에서 다시 빛날 거야. 그때까지 Afterglow를 마음속에 간직해줘. 우리도 간직할게. 집으로 돌아가는 길에 이 노래를 들어봐. 오늘 들었던 음악들이 머릿속에 맴돌 때 그게 Afterglow야. 음악엔 빛이 빛이 내일 하루를 버티게 해줄 거야. 힙합이 주는 선물이 이런 거야. 일상 속에 스며드는 비 힘든 날도 이 빛이 있으면 조금은 괜찮아지는 것. Afterglow music 음악의 장광이 항상 함께 할 거야. Afterglow 빛이 남아. 공연이 끝나도 이 순간의 온기가 아직 여기 있어. Afterglow 기억해줘. 이 빛을 기억해줘. 우리가 함께 했던 이 순간을 빛나고 있어. 일단 너희 여기 있어. Afterglow 아직 빛나고 있어. 사라지지 않아. 기억 속에서 영원히 glow. 고마워 aperture, let in a little more light. Not too much, just enough to see by. I've been living with the lens top down, F16, keeping everything in town, and focus at the cost of all the light that makes a photograph worth taking right. Technically correct is what I've been, sharp edges on a very narrow scene. And yes, you can see everything that's there, but there's a flatness to it everywhere. The photographers I love the most, they shoot wide open, letting in a ghost of bokeh, all that beautiful soft blur that makes the subject matter what occurs when you decide that one thing matters more, and let the background dissolve into spore of light, of color, of unfocused dream surrounding what you've chosen as your theme. Open your aperture, let the light decide. Open your aperture, nothing left to hide. Aperture, aperture, let me in a little more. Aperture, aperture, I've been closed before. All those years of stopping down, missing all the light. Aperture, aperture, open to the night. You let me blur. Let me blur. Let me be the soft thing in someone else's frame. Exposure is a word that frightens me more than just its photographic key. To be exposed to light, to air, to eyes is terrifying in the best disguise of ordinariness of every day, of walking through the world without dismay, but knowing anyone could press the shutter and catch you in the middle of your stutter. The vulnerability of being seen, not the curated version in between the performances of posies and the art, but the unguarded person at the start of morning, before language, before thought, before the daily armor has been brought down from the shelf and polished into place. That ordinary sleep soft human face. Open your aperture, let the light decide. Open your aperture, nothing left to hide. Aperture, aperture, let me in a little more. Aperture, aperture, I've been closed before. Those years of stopping down, missing all the light. When aperture, aperture, open to the night, let me blur, let me be the soft thing in someone else's frame. I've been developing photographs of versions of myself and lining them up on the dark room shelf, wet with chemical and memory, looking for the one that looks like me. But exposure time has never fixed it, changes with the light conditions mixed into something I couldn't have predicted when I first arrived here, sleep deprived and scripted. What if I just shot on film and let the mistakes come in? What if I just let the light spill over the boundaries of the taken skin, of the careful composition, the deliberate decision? What if I just blurred the whole thing and called it a vision? There's a photograph I took at 17 of nothing in particular, just the scene outside my bedroom window in the rain. A tree, a street, a gutter and a drain. Technically it's nothing worth a look, the kind of thing they say you shouldn't book into your portfolio, your show. But something in it makes me love it so, because the aperture was open wide and all that gray wet afternoon inside the frame, the blur, the soft unfocused tree. That's probably the truest photograph of me. Not sharp, not perfect, not composed with care, just open to whatever light was there. Aperture, aperture, let me in completely. Aperture, aperture, I can see now clearly. All those years of stopping down, I was missing light. Aperture, aperture, finally open wide tonight. Let me blur. Let me blur. Let me be the soft thing in my own frame. Finally. Aperture wide open now. Let the light. I've been borrowing your weather, wearing it like it's mine, carrying your sunshine through my cloudy time. I have a habit I have noticed recently of taking other people's emotional debris and wearing it around the house for days like they're old sweaters left in my doorways. Your anxiety becomes my Sunday dress. I put it on before I even start to guess if it belongs to me or if I found it in the space between us where we left it. I borrowed your depression for a week back in November when your words would leak into my chest and settle there like snow that doesn't melt because it's just too slow, too cold inside me for it to release. And I kept meaning to give it back, but each day it felt more gotten messy when you can't find the edges of yourself, when other people's weather sits your shelf next to your own storms and sunny days, all mixed together in a kind of haze, where Tuesday is your mother's grief and Wednesday is your best friend's disbelief in her own worth, and Thursday is the way of everyone who's ever felt too late, to everything arriving just behind the moment where they needed to be kind to themselves. And I absorb it all like weather passes through a curtain hall, a permeable membrane that's called me, receiving all the atmosphere glitter. Borrowed weather, borrowed weather, is it yours or mine? Borrowed weather, borrowed weather, been wearing it too long this time. I've been carrying your rain clouds like they fell on me. I've been carrying a thunderstorm into my history. Borrowed weather, now I can't recall if the gray was always mine or borrowed after all. I've been learning about the difference between standing in the rain with someone and becoming the rain itself. Those are two different things. Standing next to grief is love, becoming grief is something else. Something that I've been mistaken for connection all this time. What if I returned the borrowed weather? What if I stood in just my own? What if the clouds above me were exclusively my own unknown? I think I'd find under all that borrowed gray some weather I had never met, someone weather that was mine to say. I've started leaving other people's moods outside the door, the way you leave your shoes. I feel them there, I acknowledge they exist, but I don't put them on, I just persist into the house and only what I brought, the storms, the sunshine, everything I've got that's actually mine and not alone from someone else's office fanning zone. It's harder than it sounds, because the line between what's yours and what is actually mine is not a wall, it's more like watercolors bleeding at the edges of what I've been needing to believe is separate, is distinct. But even as the colors interlink, I'm learning where I end and you begin, and what the weather is that lives within. I've been carrying your rain clouds, now I'm letting go. I've been carrying your thunderstorm further than I know. Borrowed weather, I built a house of cardboard in my chest and told myself it was good enough at best. Waterproof, I said it's waterproof. Even as the first rain hit the roof, the architecture of the self is strange. We build with what we have within our range. Cardboard string and borrowed confidence, and gaps we fill with plausible pretense. I learned to make the hallways look quite wide by angling mirrors on the inside. Guests would come and marvel at the space and never see the water-damaged place. Behind the wallpaper, behind the doors, the soft spots in the reconstructed floors. I'd built this thing with hands that didn't know how structures need to breathe, how walls should grow from something stronger than the need to seem together when you're mostly just a dream of what a person looks like from outside when all the cracks are carefully inside. Cardboard architecture, it held for quite some time. Cardboard architecture, built from yours and mine. But the rain came down, and all my careful building lost its ground. Cardboard architecture, beautiful for a while. Cardboard architecture, crumbled in such style. I'll build again, but maybe this time out of something real. Cardboard architecture taught me how to feel. There is a physics to the things we build, the tension and the balance and the filled spaces that we never meant to leave. The load, Lord, miles we don't believe are load bearing until they're gone, and then the whole thing shifts and tilts along in ways that can't be easily undone. When cardboard meets the weight of everyone, I've done the math 100 different ways. How much support is needed for these days that come in heavier than most, the ones that make you feel like just a ghost, haunting the construction of your life, walking through the rooms of ancient strife and touching walls that used to feel so real, now just the paper memory of feel. Cardboard architecture, it held for quite some time. Cardboard architecture, built from yours and mine. But the rain came down, and all my careful building lost its ground. Cardboard architecture, beautiful for a while. Cardboard architecture, crumbled in such style. I'll build again, but maybe this time out of something real. Cardboard architecture taught me how to feel. What would I use if not cardboard? What material could I afford? Stone is heavy, glass is cold. Steel is something I was never told. How to work with how to shape, how to make something that won't escape into collapse when pressure comes, when the thunder and the downpour drums. Maybe the answer read that Japanese philosophy has kintsugi, the art of gold, you see, in broken things repaired with golden seams, more beautiful for breaking than it seems. Before the break, before the golden pour, just ordinary pottery, nothing more. But after shattering and being found, it's art. Maybe I'm the cardboard on the ground, becoming something different from the pound of rain that came and took the structure down. I am the kintsugi of this town, built once from cardboard, now from broken gold. A different kind of architecture, bold, not waterproof but weathered and aware that building matters more than what you wear. Then the rain came down, and all my careful building lost its ground. Cardboard architecture, beautiful for a while. Cardboard architecture crumbled in such style. I built again, this time from something real and something gold. Cardboard architecture, that's how stories are told. Something stronger. Cardboard to guard. I see better from the corners of my eyes. The center blinds me, but the edges hold the truth. There's a scientific reason why the rods in human eyes are better placed for seeing things in darkness and in motion when they're viewed from the periphery of space. We are not built for staring straight ahead in the thing we most want to perceive. The direct gaze destroys the thing we're after. The corner of the eye is what believes. I've applied this to my relationships, the things I know by looking off the side, the truths I catch when I'm not trying to, the things that disappear when I've applied the full force of my attention to them, like trying to see a star directly bright. It vanishes when centered and returns just to the left of where you're looking right. Peripheral vision shows me what you hide. Peripheral vision in the margins of your life. I see you in my peripheral better than when I look straight on. I see me in my peripheral, the truest thing that's going on. Peripheral vision, all the things we never name. Peripheral vision, everything that lives in the margins. Or if you stay, I've been learning how to look at my anxiety, not directly, which just makes it swell, but from the corner of my consciousness where it exists without the living hell of giving it the center stage. It craves the full attention, feeds it and it grows, but sidelong glances, peripheral awareness, that's how I've been learning how it goes. The anxiety is there, I feel it in the room. It's standing by the window while I work. I see it in the corner of my vision. It's lurks and it lurks, but I don't turn to face it, I just let it be there in the margins where it lives. And somehow the peripheral of acknowledging is more than my direct attention gives. Peripheral vision shows me what I hide. Peripheral vision in the margins of my life. I see me in my peripheral better than when I look straight on. I see me in my peripheral, the truest thing that's going on. Peripheral vision, all the things I never name. Peripheral vision, everything that lives in the margins of my There's a whole life happening in the periphery. The conversations half heard from the room next door, the faces in the background of the photograph, the song playing softly in the grocery store, the details that accumulate without intention to form a picture no one planned to take. A portrait of a person in their margins, the version of themselves they're unaware they make. I wanna live more in my periphery, more in the unguarded almost seen, more in the stumbled on accident, and the more in everything that falls between. The things I'm meant to notice and the things I do when nobody's looking, least of all myself. The peripheral vision version of my life is better than the one I've put on shelf. The concerts I have started watching, not the stage but all the watching faces, the light reflected in 1,000 eyes, all these peripheral sacred places where people are most holy what they are, forgotten that their faces can be read, just feeling music in the crowd together, something true in the periphery instead. I see you in my peripheral better than when I look straight on. I see me in my peripheral, the truest thing that's going on. Peripheral vision, all the things we never name. Peripheral vision, everything that lives in the margins. Had an existential crisis in the cereal aisle, between the granola and the things that are marketed toward children. The fluorescent lights of the supermarket are doing something to my brain today. I'm standing in the breakfast section, paralyzed by choice in the worst way. There are 47 types of oats available to me this afternoon, and somewhere in that fact is a whole philosophical problem looming. Cause what is choice without the context of knowing what you actually need? And what is need when you've been told that wanting more is a kind of creed that capitalism offers as the answer to the empty chest, the hollow morning feeling that no cereal has ever fixed. Grocery store philosophy, 2 for 1 on meaning. Grocery store philosophy, buy 3, get 1 breathing. I'm doing my philosophy in the grocery store, between the things I need and the things I don't know what they're for. Grocery store philosophy, checkout line epiphany, everything I am in a basket by the door. The woman in the produce section is squeezing every avocado there, with a concentration and a focus that is genuinely profound and rare. She knows what she is looking for. She has the knowledge in her hands, and I am watching her with envy for the clarity of her demands. I don't know what I'm looking for in any section of this store or any section of my life, if I'm completely honest here. Before you and the fluorescent lighting and the electronic music playing, something from the 90s muted while we're all here philosophically staying. Grocery store philosophy, 2 for 1 on meaning. Grocery store philosophy, buy 3, get 1 breathing. I'm doing my philosophy in the grocery store, between the things I need and the things I don't know what they're for. Grocery store philosophy, checkout line epiphany, everything I am in a basket by the door. There's a man by the deli counter who has been standing there for 20 minutes, looking at the meats and cheeses like they hold the answer that is in it. In the question that we all ask in the middle of the Tuesday afternoon, when the week is barely started and we're already coming due for some kind of reckoning, some kind of making sense of the basket in our hands, the cost of our intent. I wanna go and tell him, you and me and avocado lady, we're all doing the same thing in this supermarket. Maybe this is church, maybe this is prayer. 47 types of oats and the weight we carry there into the fluorescent ordinary, sacred in its weight. Grocery store philosophy every single day. I put the granola in my basket, then I put it back, then take it out. I am doing this at 32 and I am not embarrassed by my doubt, because the choosing and the putting back, the standing in the aisle unsure, is just the grocery store version of everything I've ever been before. Uncertain at the threshold of the thing I'm reaching for, knowing that the object isn't really what I'm shopping for. I'm or prices. Price check on neither. 2 for 1. Grocery store. Philosophy.
I have maps of countries I've never visited, pinned to the wall of my imagination, countries that exist in the geography of what might have been. I keep a map of the version of my life where I took the other road at 23, where I moved to the city that I almost moved to, where I became the slightly different me, who woke up next to different morning light and had a different coffee routine there, who walked past different buildings on the way to work and breathed a different kind of air. This is not regret exactly, it's more like cartography of possibility. I'm charting the unvisited countries of my own alternative biography, and looking at the maps without the longing that used to come attached to them before. Now it's more like curiosity of structure, wondering what you find inside a door that you decided not to walk through. Maps of unvisited countries on the wall, all of what if. Maps of unvisited countries, beautiful geography of dread. I have maps of unvisited countries, of the lives I could have led. Maps of unvisited countries, folded neatly in my head. Every road I didn't travel, every door I didn't try. Maps of unvisited countries, beautiful and far away, carefully away. The country where I stayed in the relationship, past the point where I should have left, is a country I have visited, unfortunately. And I don't keep its maps, I keep instead the maps of where I would have gone if I had left at the right time. The months and years I could have spent on different territory, different climate. The country where I told the truth earlier is large and well designed with friendly coasts. The country where I didn't is much smaller, a cramped and anxious country with no posts, no way to communicate between its regions, each part isolated from the rest. The country of the withheld truth is airless, and the maps of it suggest at best that one should visit briefly and then leave before the claustrophobia sets in, before the country of the not said grows too large to navigate from within. I have maps of unvisited countries, all the lives I could have led. Maps of unvisited countries, folded neatly in my head. Every road I didn't travel, every door I didn't try. Maps of unvisited countries, beautiful and filed away, carefully away. But here is what I know about cartography: the map is not the territory at all. The country you imagine from your armchair is different from the country when you fall into it with all your actual luggage, with for the map and not the territory, for the beautiful cartography of almost that leaves room for a different kind of story. The story of the country that I live in, which is messy and familiar and real, with its borders and its complicated history and all the geography I feel. I took down most of the maps last winter, left a few up on the wall, because I still believe in the cartography of possible. I still believe in asking what was and what could be, and road wasn't taken, but I believe in it more lightly now. The maps are decorative and interesting, not the constant heaviness somehow that they were when I needed them to tell me that my life could have been something more. Now my life is something, and the maps are just the beautiful geography I store. I have maps of unvisited countries, all the lives I could have led. Maps of unvisited countries, folded gently in my head. Every road I didn't travel, every door I didn't try. Maps of unvisited countries, beautiful well and filed away. I live here in this country, messy, real and mine enough. And it's at its heart for to realize. Maps of unvisited countries, filed away. I live here, right here, and it's enough, more than enough. Everything dissolves at its own rate. Sugar faster, stone much longer. I am somewhere in between. I've been thinking about solubility, the rate at which a substance comes apart when introduced to something overwhelming. When something liquid like meets something hard. Sugar in the coffee in the morning, dissolving in the time it takes to stir. Stone in the river over centuries, becoming something smaller and more sure. I wonder what my dissolution rate is, how much of me dissolves in certain hands, in certain rooms, in certain conversations, in certain kinds of too much to withstand. Because I've noticed how I come apart in some environments much faster than in others, where I hold my shape more fully, where I stay more solid, stay more planned. What's my dissolution rate in the solvent of your presence? What's my dissolution rate in the chemistry of lesson? Dissolution rate, how fast am I coming undone? Dissolution rate, counting all the ways I come undone in you, undone in rooms, undone in everything that looms. Dissolution rate, measure me, how much of me remains to be still here. I did an audit of the rooms I've been in and sorted them by how much I dissolved. The rooms where I came back out smaller, the rooms where nothing about me was resolved, just quietly surrendered to the atmosphere, absorbed into the chemistry of there, becoming part of something else's structure, no longer me, just molecules of share. There's something called saturation point, the moment when no more can be dissolved. The solvent is too full, the substance is too much for any more to be absorbed. And maybe that's what happens in the rooms where I come out more whole than when I came. Maybe those environments are saturated with something that protects against the same dissolution that I suffer elsewhere. Maybe they're too full of something good for any more of me to be absorbed into the walls the way I knew it could. In other rooms, in other company, I'll stay intact in rooms already full of something that resists my dissolution, something strong enough to hold me whole. What's my dissolution rate? In the solvent of your presence. What's my dissolution rate? In the chemistry of love says dissolution rate. How fast am I coming undone? Dissolution rate. Counting all the ways I come undone in you, undone in rooms, undone in everything that looms. Dissolution rate. Measure me, how much of me remains to be still here. There's a concept called recrystallization, where what dissolved reforms into new shapes under different conditions of temperature, under different pressures, different escapes from the environment that caused the dissolving. The substance comes back out as something changed, not dissolved permanently, not destroyed, just temporarily rearranged. And I have done this, I have recrystallized out of the solutions I dissolved into, come back as a different configuration, a different shape, but fundamentally true to the essential chemistry of me. The elements unchanged through all of it, just briefly part of something overwhelmingly large until I could no longer fit. My dissolution rate is slowing down. I've noticed in the past few years of this, I hold my shape in situations that would have previously produced more miss than hit in terms of me remaining whole. I attribute this to mass I've gained, the kind of mass that comes from knowing better who and what can and cannot be explained. Is good for my particular chemistry. Not every solvent is appropriate for every substance, and the knowing this is how I keep myself more exquisite, more crystalline, more present, more intact, more capable of coming back from what dissolves me, measuring the rate and choosing which solutions to face late. Dissolution rate, slowing down at last. Dissolution rate, holding on to what I have, undone by less, undone by choice, finding rooms that match my chemistry, my boys. Dissolution rate, measure me, how much of me remains to be still here. More than before, still here, still crystalline, still here. Dissolution rate, slowing down, I'm still here. More of me, still here. There's static in my mind tonight. Why White noise, it sounds like something right. I've been sitting with it for a while. It almost feels like company. I rearranged my furniture at 3 a.m. because the walls were closing in again. This is a thing I do when thoughts get loud. Move the physical to quiet down the crowd inside my skull where all the voices live. They argue over things I cannot give attention to because they're not real things, but somehow they attach like wedding rings. The static isn't scary anymore. It used to send me crawling to the floor, but now I let it wash across my brain. The way that people let themselves feel rain without an umbrella, without a plan, just standing in it, being what I am. A person with a noisy inner life who rearranges furniture at 9. Maybe I'm not broken, maybe I'm just loud. Maybe all this static is just thinking out loud. Static mind, static mind. Find me in the frequency. Static mind, static mind. This is who I'm meant to be. Noise and silence, trading places, beautiful and strange. Static mind, static mind. Nothing's gonna change, and that's okay. I wrote the different versions of this song. The first one was too sad, the second wrong. The third one is the one you're hearing now, and I'm not even sure it's good somehow. But authenticity was never clean. It's messy in between what's heard and seen. The things I mean to say come out sideways, and I've been like this for all of my bleeds. I used to try to fix the frequency, tune myself to what the world could see. A cleaner signal, prettier and bright, but I kept losing something in the light. The static was the part of me that knew the complicated person underneath who doesn't always make it to the page. The one who rearranges at this age. I'm not broken, maybe I'm just loud. Maybe all this static is just thinking out loud. Static mind, static mind. Find me in the frequency. Static mind, static mind. This is who I'm meant to be. Noise and silence, trading places, rhythm and strange. Static mind, static mind. Nothing's gonna change, and that's okay. I've been talking to the static like a friend, asking it to tell me how this ends. Does the noise eventually fade away, or do we just learn how to let it stay? I think the answer is the second one. I think the static stays until we're done. Done with being here, done with being us, and even then it turns to cosmic dust, which is oddly comforting to know that all this noise has somewhere it can go back into the universe, somewhere to be someone else's static Tuesday is the most honest day. Nothing is expected of it. No one throws a party for Tuesday, and that's exactly why I love it. I have been thinking about Tuesday as a concept, a day with no mythology attached. No weekend longing, no beginning of week dread. Just Tuesday there exactly as dispatched. From the previous day into the next, without fanfare, without any weight. Just the plain personhood of a Tuesday, existing unremarkably and great. I think I'd like to be more Tuesday, less concerned with being significant, less anxious about being the kind of story that somebody would want to tell about. Instead, just here exactly as I am, occurring in the middle of the week, doing what I do without the pressure of performing the self the world would seek. Tuesday personhood, just being here. Tuesday personhood, quietly clear. I want Tuesday personhood, the dignity of the unremarkable. I want Tuesday personhood, the ordinary and the comfortable. No one asks too much of Tuesday, it just gets to be. I want Tuesday personhood, just existing freely. Just a Tuesday, just a me. There's so much pressure on the Fridays, on the Saturdays, the Monday mornings, the beginnings and the endings of the week, all carrying their cargo of adornings. Expectations, stories, narratives. The week needs drama at its edges, it seems. But Tuesday sits there in its middle place, unbothered and content in its own means. I spent so long trying to be a Friday, the calmer day seem of something built. The payoff and the release and the ending, the worthy destination without guilt. But I think the truth is I'm a Tuesday, more at home in the middle of the thing, in the process, in the going, rather than the arriving in the ordinary everything. Tuesday personhood, just being here. Tuesday personhood, quietly clear. I want Tuesday personhood, the dignity of the unremarkable. I want Tuesday personhood, the ordinary and the comfortable. No one asks too much of Tuesday, it just gets to be. I want Tuesday personhood, just existing freely. Just a Tuesday, just to me. I read somewhere that most of life is made of ordinary Tuesdays, that the extraordinary days are actually quite few. And all the meaning that we find is in between the bookmarks of our story, not in the dramatic chapters, but in the getting through. The cup of tea at 7 in the morning, the particular light on a winter afternoon, the small familiar rhythm of the Tuesday, the quiet way the ordinary room holds you in its ordinary arms and doesn't ask for anything profound. Just Tuesday being Tuesday, you being you. The sound of an ordinary life, which is not ordinary. It's just that we forgot to call it what it is. I want to practice Tuesdayness more often, the art of being present in the plain, the skill of finding what is worth the finding in the window of the ordinary pane of glass through which the Tuesdays always pass, unremarked upon and ordinary and true, but holding everything the same as Fridays, the same Tuesday light, the same Tuesday you. I want Tuesday personhood, the dignity of the unremarkable. I want Tuesday personhood, the ordinary and the comfortable. No one asks too much of Tuesday, it just gets to be. I have Tuesday personhood, I'm existing freely. Just a Tuesday, just a me, just a Tuesday, just a me. Middle of the week, of the life, finding everything in nothing, everything in me. Tuesday, just existing, no performance, no mythologies, just Tuesday, just me, quietly.